The LG C4, Sony A95L, Samsung S90C, LG G4 OLED, and Sony Bravia 8 are the most popular OLED TVs of 2024. But which is the absolute best? We are going to compare them to each other and score them in various categories, with some categories holding more weight than others. In the end, we'll decide which is the best one based on the final score, and we will declare the absolute winner. Let's dive in. First, we are going to compare them on the picture quality category, which has a multiplier of 3. Let's start with the LG C4. I was blown away by its vibrant colors and deep blacks, thanks to its OLED panel. However, I noticed some slight banding in darker scenes, which was a minor letdown. 8 out of 10 for the LG C4. Moving on to the Sony A95L. This TV truly impressed me with its QD-OLED technology, delivering incredibly bright and punchy colors. The image processing is top-notch, making even low-quality content look great. 9 out of 10 for the Sony A95L. The Samsung S90C surprised me with its excellent color volume and impressive brightness for an OLED. I did notice some slight issues with upscaling lower quality content, but overall, it's a strong performer. 8 out of 10 for the Samsung S90C. Next up is the LG G4 OLED. The picture quality on this TV is simply stunning, with incredible contrast and a wide viewing angle. I was particularly impressed by its ability to handle reflections, making it great for bright rooms. 9 out of 10 for the LG G4 OLED. Finally, we have the Sony Bravia 8. This TV blew me away with its impressive image processing and low-quality content handling. The wide viewing angle ensures a consistent image from almost any seating position. 9 out of 10 for the Sony Bravia 8. The Sony Bravia 8 takes the crown in this category with 9 points, offering exceptional picture quality and impressive image processing at a more competitive price point than some of its rivals. Next, we are going to compare them on the HDR Performance category, which has a multiplier of 2. Starting with the LG C4, I was impressed by its improved brightness over the previous model, which made HDR content really pop. However, the lack of HDR 10 Plus support was a bit disappointing. I'd give it 8 out of 10 for HDR performance. Moving on to the Sony A95L, this TV blew me away with its incredible HDR brightness and fantastic wide color gamut. The only downside I noticed was some minor bugs with Dolby Vision content. Overall, it's a 9 out of 10 for HDR. The Samsung S90C surprised me with its HDR performance, especially considering its price point. The brightness was excellent for an OLED, though not quite matching the top-tier models. I'd rate it 8 out of 10 for HDR. The LG G4 OLED took things to another level with its amazing HDR brightness, making highlights really stand out. The wide color gamut was also impressive, but the lack of HDR 10 Plus support held it back slightly. It earns a solid 9 out of 10. Finally, the Sony Bravia 8 impressed me with its good HDR brightness and ability to make highlights stand out in dark scenes. However, it didn't quite reach the peak brightness levels of some competitors. I'd give it an 8 out of 10 for HDR performance. The LG G4 OLED and Sony A95L are the winners here, both scoring 9 points for their exceptional HDR performance, with the G4's incredible brightness and the A95L's wide color gamut setting them apart from the competition. Next, we are going to compare them on the screen size and resolution category, which has a multiplier of 2. Starting with the LG C4, this OLED TV offers an impressive range of sizes from 42 inches all the way up to 83 inches, catering to various room sizes and preferences. The 4K resolution delivers sharp and detailed images, but it's worth noting that the 42-inch and 48-inch models don't have LG's brightness booster feature, which might affect their overall performance. 8 out of 10. Moving on to the Sony A95L. This QD-OLED TV comes in 3 sizes, 55, 65, and 77 inches, providing fewer options compared to the LG C4. However, its 4K resolution combined with the QD-OLED technology offers exceptional picture quality and color accuracy, making it a strong contender despite the limited size range. 7 out of 10. The Samsung S90C impresses with its size options, available in 55, 65, 77, and 83-inch variants, giving users a good range to choose from. Its 4K resolution, coupled with the QD-OLED panel, delivers vibrant colors and deep blacks, though some users might find the lack of a smaller option like 48 inches a slight drawback. 8 out of 10. The LG G4 OLED takes it up a notch with sizes ranging from 55 inches to a massive 97 inches, offering the largest screen in our comparison. The 4K resolution is consistent across all sizes, and the inclusion of micro-lens array technology in the 83-inch model is a nice touch, although it's absent in the 97-inch version. 9 out of 10. Finally, the Sony Bravia 8 offers a solid selection of sizes, including 55, 65, and 77 inches, covering the most popular options for most living rooms. Its 4K resolution provides crisp and clear images, and while it doesn't have the extensive range of the LG models, It strikes a good balance between size options and picture quality, 8 out of 10. The LG G4 OLED takes the crown in this category with 9 points, thanks to its impressive size range and consistent 4K resolution across all models, giving viewers the flexibility to choose the perfect size for their space without compromising on picture quality. Next, we are going to compare them on the Smart TV features category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. Starting with the LG C4, I found its WebOS 24 platform to be incredibly user-friendly and responsive. The Magic Remote, with its point-and-click functionality, made navigation a breeze, but I noticed some apps took a bit longer to load compared to other TVs. I give it 8 out of 10 for smart features. Moving on to the Sony A95L, its Google TV interface offered a vast selection of apps and seamless integration with other Google services. However, I experienced occasional lag when switching between apps, which was a bit frustrating. For smart features, I rated 8 out of 10. The Samsung S90C impressed me with its Tizen OS, which provided a clean and intuitive interface. The built-in voice assistant worked flawlessly, but I found the ad placements on the home screen to be a bit intrusive. I give it a solid 8 out of 10 for smart features. Next up is the LG G4 OLED, which shares the same WebOS 24 platform as the C4. I appreciated the personalized content recommendations and the smooth multitasking capabilities. However, I noticed that some less popular streaming apps were missing from the App Store. For smart features, it scores 8 out of 10. Finally, the Sony Bravia 8 runs on Google TV, offering a familiar and content-rich experience. I loved how it seamlessly integrated with my other Google devices, but I found the initial setup process to be a bit time-consuming. I rate it 9 out of 10 for smart features. The Sony Bravia 8 takes the crown in this category with its impressive 9 out of 10 score, thanks to its user-friendly Google TV interface and seamless integration with other devices. Finally, we are going to compare them on the design and aesthetics category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. Starting with the LG C4, I was impressed by its ultra-thin profile, measuring just a 1/4 inch thick at its narrowest point, giving it a sleek and futuristic appearance. However, the included stand feels a bit basic and doesn't allow for swiveling, which is a minor letdown for a TV in this price range. I give it 8 out of 10. Moving on to the Sony A95L, this TV boasts an incredibly thin design with nearly frameless bezels, creating a stunning floating screen effect that caught my eye immediately. The only downside I noticed was the slight purple haze on the screen when there's ambient light, though it's less noticeable than on previous models. I rate it 9 out of 10. The Samsung S90C impressed me with its premium build quality and metal panel that resists flexing, but I did notice some wobble on the stand when pushed. The display also tends to show fingerprints easily, which can be a bit of a hassle to clean. Overall, I give it 7 out of 10. The LG G4 OLED truly stands out with its super thin panel and nearly invisible bezel, creating an immersive viewing experience. However, I was disappointed by the included tabletop stand, which had a noticeable tilt and felt wobbly. Not what I'd expect from a TV at this price point. I rate it 8 out of 10. Lastly, the Sony Bravia 8 wowed me with its one-slate design, making it possibly the thinnest Sony OLED ever released. I particularly appreciated the multiple foot positions, allowing for easy placement on narrower TV stands, and the embroidered-like pattern on the bezels adds a premium touch. It earns a solid 9 out of 10. The Sony Bravia 8 takes the crown in this category with its sleek one-slate design and versatile stand options, scoring 9 points for its blend of aesthetics and practicality. The results of our comprehensive comparison show that each product shines brightly in its own way, but the LG G4 OLED stands out amongst the competition with a final impressive score of 87. An outstanding product. It truly catered to every category we covered, showing off an outstanding ability to handle reflections in brighter spaces, amazing HDR brightness making highlights stand out, and a practically elusive bezel for an immersive viewing experience. With its size range spanning between 55 inches to a massive 97 inches, it offers viewers the flexibility to choose the perfect size for their space without compromising on picture quality. All in all, the LG G4 OLED feels tailored to the viewer, transforming any living space into a personalized home theater. That is not to say other products were not without their own merits. The Sony A95L's QD-OLED technology offered impressively bright and punchy colors, scoring a close second at 84.5. The Sony Bravia 8 boasts a sleek design and the best smart features, with a user-friendly Google TV interface. It scored a close third with 86. Similarly, the LG C4's friendly WebOS 24 platform was very popular with users, giving it a solid score of 80. The Samsung S90C, despite being the underdog of the bunch, holds its ground with respectable HDR performance at an affordable price, with its final score of 79. They each have their unique features, showcasing that choice in purchasing the right OLED TV comes down to personal preference. Regardless, be confident in knowing every product listed here is a great contender in the bid for Best OLED TV of 2024.